Well, good morning, my classy people. My name is Wayne Bolden. I'm your Speed King, of course, here in the studio. And of course, as always, I ask that you turn your closed captions on for us. And remember, tip sheets are always available for the weekend coming up. The Lexington is this weekend, the Apple Blossom, which we're going to be doing in a few minutes here. So please email me at speedking24@yahoo.com or text me at 732-804-0637. They're 15 bucks, all stakes tip sheets. Very nice way to support us. Well, we're going to be taking a look at a stake race over at Keeneland, of course, on Saturday. The Apple Blossom. We'll get to the Lexington shortly. But the Apple Blossom is race number 11 on the card. It is a grade 1. It's for the girls. They're back in town. I'm sporting my ruffian shirt, of course. And it's $1 million. And it's a small field of 4. Okay, so very talented field, but very small field for $1 million. Wish I owned a filly that could get into this race. We're going to mile and 16 for 4-year-olds and up. Let's go through all 4 of these, and you know the players. Let's see what we see. The number 1 horse, of course, from the rail, Secret Oath. Well, this 4-year-old gal, is bred beautifully, you know, by Arrogate, on the back end by Quiet America. Won 6 of 14 starts with 2 seconds and 3/3 for $1.98 million. Almost $2 million that Secret Oath has earned. And of course, the coach is doing all the conditioning, calling the plays from the trainer's booth. Nice job by D. Wayne Lucas. And you have the smooth Tyler Gaffleone in the arms, who was in the arms when the horse won the Arazi Stakes back there on March 11th, the Grade 2 Arazi Stakes, off of a 3-year-old campaign, making her 4-year-old debut. So this is her second race as a 4-year-old. She's tight, she's fit, she's ready to roll for sure. She's got a nice turn of foot. I don't have to tell you anything about Secret Oath. She's a solid filly, and obviously is 4 to 5 on the morning line. She does love Oaklawn Park for sure, having won a few races over this track for sure. The Honeybee, and she also last year won the Martha Washington. So again, you need no introduction by your Speed King on the work that Secret Oath had put together, and probably going to even do more work as a sound, solid 4-year-old, making her second start as a 4-year-old. Very nice filly. The number 2 horse, Hot and Sultry. Well, I kind of like this one. Hot and Sultry is 5 to 1, if for no other reason the value is there in a small field. Small field, big price, right? Well, I tell you, Hot and Sultry has been smacked around by Secret Oath before, as well as the number 4 horse in here, Clarier. But Hot and Sultry has 3 wins from 6 starts in 2 seconds. Now, the first thing you should say is, wow, this 4-year-old only has 6 starts, and 50% of them she won. Which means there still may be some upside for this one to improve with only 6 starts. She fits right in the body of this race, if you ask me. Even though she's gotten beat by Secret Oath and the favorite here and the co-favorite Clarier, the number 4, this horse is going to be bounding on the lead all by herself. She is by Spiegelster and Norm Cassie. Cassie is doing all the conditioning. This one's on the back end. Grandsire is Medagli Dora, right? Again, got my boy David Cabrera in the arms, and this horse should be loose on the lead. Now, I prefer David Cabrera coming off the pace. I see rated R superstar, but you know he's going to be on the lead here, and I think this horse is going to take him a long way. Unlike the Arazi Stakes on March 11, when Secret Oath won it and Clarier ran second, well, Hot and Sultry wasn't able to get the lead, broke second and ran behind the front runner. But here's going to be the difference. Because it's such a small field and there is no speed, we both know Clarier and Secret Oath come from deep back. Well, David Cabrera is going to have a chance to be on the front end and back it down a little bit. So there's two schools of thought here. He will be on the lead with the number 2 horse. I think he backs it down for a half and then just try to open up and bottom the field out. Because if Secret Oath or Clarier is close to this horse at the top of the lane, hey, Hot and Sultry's not going to outfinish these horses. So at some point, David Cabrera is probably going to have to push the button to try to open up such a big lead where they're not able to catch him. And I would suggest to him, I'm not a jock, to do it at the half-mile pole. Break, relax, back it down a little bit, and then just go and let the chips fall where they may. But I think Hot and Sultry is extremely dangerous here at 5-1 in a small field that is void of speed. This horse would be bounding on the lead all by herself. And I tell you right now, speed is what? You got it. It is king. Put my horse on the front end. Why? That's where I want to be anyway. So again, we get out, we get over, we control the race, and then we take off. I think this horse is extremely dangerous in a race that it looks like a 2-horse race, and it is in a lot of ways. But if they let this filly bound along on the front end, they all may have trouble. We like Hot and Sultry in here for sure. And the third horse here is the number 3, who I don't think should be in this race. I Feel the Need. Well, not a bad horse. Only 1 win from 8 starts, 2 seconds and 1/3, right? By Keen Ice. And not sure who McBride is, but he's clicking at 12%. Who is it? Brendan? Burl McBride. And you have Charles Bailey in the orange. She's a decent rider. But the number 3 horse, I Feel the Need, just doesn't have the numbers to beat this field. So this horse should not be in this race, and I expect that this horse to be dead last, the number 3. No shot in this spot. And the last horse in this here small field in the Apple Blossom for $1 million is Clarier. Once again, need no introduction. Obviously, everybody knows my admiration with Steve Asmussen as one of my top trainers of all time, as well as Billy Mott and Bobby Franco. Well, Clarier has 6 wins from 17 starts, 5 seconds and 3/3 for $2.1 million. So between Clarier and obviously Secret Oath, they've earned $4 million together. These are 2 talented fillies and mare for sure. This one is by Curlin on the back end by Bernardini. I've already told you who's doing the conditioning. And you have the Rolex guy doing the riding. It's Joel Rosario. You will get a Rolex ride for sure. He can't get this one in trouble because there's only 4 horses in the field. So this one will be sucking along the paint for sure and saving all the grounds until they hit the top of the lane. So again, 6-5 respectfully. So there is your Apple Blossom, $1 million. The girls are back in town. A small field of 4. The 2 horses to beat, obviously you don't need any public handicapper no more than you're speaking to give you the number 1 horse, Secret Oath, at 4-5 and Clarier at 6-5. Obviously, those are the 2 horses in this race. But I think there's a conundrum here for the mere fact that the number 2, Hot and Sultry, is going to be bounding on the lead all by herself, unlike the Arazi Stake. So my top pick is I'm not getting no value for Secret Oath at 4-5. I'm not getting no value with my boy Asmussen at 6-5. So it's an easy call. This is the easiest call of all easiest calls since horse racing. How can you not take the 2 horse, Hot and Sultry, who's going to be bounding on the lead at a square price of 5-1? Right? So that's going to be my top pick here. And my second pick, of course, here is going to be no other than who? Of course, it's going to be the number 4 horse, Clarier, my boy, and then the number 1 horse. Okay, so for us, it's 2-4-1. The number 3 horse can just put a line through it. That horse will not hit the board here for sure. We just think Hot and Sultry could control this race. But if these horses are in anywhere near Hot and Sultry at the top of the lane, you won't find her with a search warrant because they'll run by her like she's standing still. David Cabrera need to open this horse up and try to bottom this field out. So for us, we're going to try to upset the 2 obvious horses to beat in here in a small horse field, small price, small field, big price. 2-4-1. This year's Apple Blossom. We think David Cabrera can bottom this field out for sure. Let me know what you think. Stay classy, y'all.